rest before we, I think we really look forward to Mother's Day just for the rest. I don't know about y'all. So my task today was to come and speak with you ladies about empowerment. And everything that the two speakers before me said, it was already a part of what I was gonna say. So I know God was just here. So thank you all for inviting me. Thank you for having me. My journey has been like both ladies, with the revelation and hearing from God. I didn't want to be a mother. I did not want to have children. My mom is over here, and my friends Renee and Elaine, and we had just a terrible relationship growing up. So I was like, no kids for me, I'm not gonna do this again, I'm not gonna, I just don't want to deal with it. So when I found out I was pregnant, the first person I called was my mom. And I was like, oh my God, oh, this lady said I'm pregnant. She was like, okay. I was like, what do you mean, okay? I said, do you know this lady? And she's like, Arlene only had 4 of them. I know where they come from. I was like, are you for real? I was like, bye. So it grew me a lot in becoming a mother. It changed my mindset as to what I wanted to leave as a legacy for my daughter. It has grown me in more ways than I can stand here and tell y'all today. It has gotten me to the place where I think about everything I do. Every single decision I make, I think about how would my daughter see me after this? How would she respect me after this? How would she talk to me after this? Because I didn't have that with my mother. So I wanted to make sure that I had enough tools and I was being present in the moment with her so I can show her an example. I wanted to be her example. I didn't want her to have to go out and find that. So today, my task is with women empowerment. I am a lifestyle empowerment coach. And what my sister here just alluded to as far as the mindset, the inner man. Some of us will get in some positions and have these glorious jobs, but we will get on it and we will create havoc on those jobs. Because we have not dealt with those things that we need to deal with. And when I say things, usually it's a lot of things that we suppress, that we don't want to tell anybody about. It's those untold struggles that we deal with every day. So my untold struggles was my relationship with my mom, my relationship with my dad, things that happened in my childhood, how I would react. And at one point in time, I was so angry. I wake up angry, go to bed angry. I'm just angry with everybody, in bad mood all the time. And I really did not know that was just, I was giving that off until one day, one of my cousins, she was like, you used to be so mean. I was like, what? I'm thinking I'm all nice and sweet. And I sat there for a moment and I kind of pondered on that. And I said, people always perceive everybody as being a certain way. They always perceive you as having this or having that by the way you dress, by what you have, your hair and all of that. But they didn't know that I was broken inside. They didn't know that I was, dealing with trying to process some things and forgive my mom about some things and just dealing with a whole lot, not liking myself. People would always say, oh, you're so pretty. I didn't feel that. You could tell me all day and I was like, oh, thank you, and okay. But I didn't feel that. So I got to this place where I was alone. My daughter went to live with my mom for a year, and my husband and I had divorced. So I was alone. God got me into that secret place.
Yes, ma'am.
Where he had to pull all that stuff out. He had to get me to a place where I had to humble myself, where I had to submit myself, and I had to listen.
Yes.
Listening is the hardest thing for women to do. Because we want to get our point across. We want to say it right then. We got to talk right then. I had to sit, and I had to be still, and I had to listen to directions. I had to listen to guidance. I wasn't used to that. I'm gonna tell you what I want to do, but I don't want to hear what you tell me I need to do. So that was my biggest thing. So coming to the Come to Jesus moment. I started this coaching program with this lady, and the first question she asked me, she said, "What do you do for you?" I was like, "Well, my family and I, she said, no. What do you do for you?" I said, "Well, my daughter and I," she said, "No." She said, "I know you're a great mother. I know you're a great wife, but what do you do for you?" I didn't have an answer for her. Everything that I was doing at the time was attached to everybody else. And she said, "What if those people were no longer there? Who would you be?" I was like, I'm a grown lady and I can't even answer this question, as simple as it was, but I didn't know who I was. I've always been something else. Elaine's daughter, Ariel's mom, Roger's wife, Latrice's sister, but I didn't know who Arlene was as an individual. So, we go through this process, and that night I was like, why can't I answer that question, as simple as that was? So I sat there in the middle of my bed. I had a pen, had a pad that she and I had been talking. I was writing down different things. And I heard God say, "Hear my cry." I was like, yeah, hear my cry. I was like, oh wow, that's interesting. So I wrote it down on the paper, and he said, it's not a cry of weakness, but it's a cry of release. As Black women, we have been taught that we're not supposed to show emotions and let it go. We're not supposed to break down. We're supposed to pick up everybody's stuff and toss it on our shoulders. Absolutely not. That's God's job. That is not our job. Come on with it. Absolutely. So I sat there and I was like, okay, God, I'm supposed to be in this program. She's going to teach me discipline, how to lose weight, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And he just kept saying, hear my cry. He said, I need you to cry out to me. I need you to release all of that's in you so I can use you. He can't use us with all that stuff on the inside of us.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's even in your business, that's in your every relationship that you have. You first got to be right with yourself.
Amen. That's right.
Because if you're not right with you, we show people how to treat us. If we are always down on ourselves, say, I can't do this, I'm not that, okay, you just giving that person the ticket to treat you as an option. I'm not an option.
Go ahead.
I'm not an option.
Say it.
I'm not an option. So, I went through this process, and it was the most cleansing and the most amazing experience I've ever had in my life. And I called my mother, and I remember talking to her years before about this. I said, when do you know that you've had an encounter with God? And she said, when it happens, you'll know it because it'll be like nothing you've ever experienced before in your life. When it happened, I was like, it's like a whole weight happening in myself. I am the freest I've ever been in my entire life. When I said free from people, free from expectations of myself, unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
I'm not perfect. I'm gonna make mistakes. I made mistakes as a wife. I was a terrible wife at one time. I was a terrible mother at one time. And people, like I said, they look just at the surface and they don't get to know you. You have to be connected in relationships with people. If it had not been for the people that I'm in relationships now, I would have stayed in that dead place that I was in. And I look at my daughter every day and I still think I didn't want to be a mother. But what a blessing this child has been to me and my husband.
Yes.
Because she taught us how to be patient. She taught us how to love each other unconditionally. She taught us how to be friends. She taught us how to be there for each other. So, with me becoming a business owner, it was one of the scariest things ever. And like you said, who's gonna listen to me? Who's gonna sit and wanna hear what I have to say? A lot of people. Share your stories. A lot of people. There are a lot of people in the world, and especially us. We have to connect with each other and share our stories. There are so many people walking around hurt from childhood tragedies and traumas you would never know because they 3, 2, 1, lights, camera, action on. I got tired of being on all the time.
Right.
And I like never go on anymore. Not to be, pretending. You get to a place where I was like, it's now or never. So when I started my journey to become a certified life coach and to be a motivational speaker and to talk to women and stand before them, and I was like, well, God, I don't like people looking at me. Y'all know this crazy. Like, oh, so, but he put me in this position for what? People to see me.
Right.
Because what you see before you has been transformed, washed clean by him. Nothing that I did, but I did have to say yes. I did have to say, yes, God, I will trust you.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
And I tell people all the time, I'm crazy enough to trust anything he tells me.
That's right.
Anything.
That's right.
Anything.
Yes.
Because everything that I've done could not have been without God. Because I didn't believe in myself enough to come up and stand and tell you this and say that and not worry about, ooh, now they know this, now they're gonna go back and talk about it. Oh, yeah. Not one bit, because our testimonies, those are what shape and mold us. That makes us who we are. When you share that with others, you're like, oh wow, I thought I was the only person that this ever happened to. Being able to empower women, being able to sit there and journey with them, and then one day I see the light bulb go off. It's the greatest thing ever. I'm like, and she started looking at me, and I'm like, yes. I get so excited about someone walking into their purpose, because that's what it is. It's helping them to discover who they are as individuals, what they have to offer, what they can share. And this pandemic should have taught all of us we have something to give, because we all had to get creative. We couldn't go to the hair salon, we couldn't go to our makeup, but we had to get creative. And it was one of those things, I took an online makeup class. I was like, oh my God, I just can't do these videos like this. But one thing I want to leave with you all, if you don't remember anything I said, share your stories. Honor who you are. Trust God with everything. Not some, not half, with everything.
Amen.
When you trust him with everything, your life, stuff will start happening. You'll be like, oh my God, really? Y'all want me to do this? Things will start happening and you will know it will be him. It will nobody but him.
That's right.
And when he moves and shifts, nobody can stop it. Nobody can stop it. So, my empowerment, you all are already equipped with everything that you need.
Yes, ma'am.
Get with people that will honestly tell you if it's a bad idea and honestly support you.
Right.
Everyone is not going to support you, and mostly it will be family and friends that you've known all your life.
Right.
Unfortunately, I'm here to tell you that it is true.
That is true.
That is true.
Yes.
But they were not given the vision. You were. And you have to trust it, and you have to be committed to it. Because every day, we all get assignments. You have to be connected to God and hear from him to know who your assignment is for that day.
That's right.
I can go in the grocery store, and before I come out, somebody come up to me and start talking. And they'll say, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I said, I do. Go ahead. Because see, I was gonna come in 2 hours early, but you were my assignment today. I'm very purposeful about understanding my assignments. I'm very purposeful about what I say and how I interact with women. Because I am going to be someone that is going to journey well with you. I'm not going to tear you down. I'm not going to say, girl, you a fool. Why you got that on? You know, just crazy things that people say. I want us to always value each other and value what we say to each other. Mean it 100% wholeheartedly, and just always, if there's someone that you can share something with, a kind word, something, be mindful, be in tune with it, and do it. Regardless if you're like, okay, I'm not used to going up to people and talking to them like this, do it. You don't know how many times I've talked to people and they say, thank you, I needed that. I was just, last night, contemplating suicide, or I was contemplating just driving away, leaving. We are in some really tough times, and people really need good people around them.
Amen.
We need good people around us,
That's right.
and it's okay. It's okay for you to break down. It's okay for you to share your story, and it's okay for you to say, I'm not okay. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have God there for him to use you. If he didn't use me, and I was like, Lord, you sure you won't?
Right.
You sure? Like, I asked like 3 times, like, okay. So, and with me going into that and being open and honest and able to share with people, I'm seeing a difference in the way women walk, and the way they talk, and the way they true, not the fake stuff, but the stuff that say, you know what, I'm okay with my flaws. I'm good with me. When you get good with you, and then they can do it.
Show love.
Thank you, ladies.